So is Belos just hallucinating the presence of everyone he's ever wronged? Or is Smelly actually seeing ghosts? Let's talk about it. I absolutely love ambiguous storytelling. Things that are left up to interpretation for the viewer to decide. There's no clear-cut answer, no takeaway that's right or wrong. All you have to work with is what's presented to you and your own brain. It's why John Cena's Instagram is so magical. No caption, no fluff, just pure art. Which brings me to this scene in For the Future that I can't stop thinking about, where Belos, on the brink of death, sees his brother Caleb Wittebane stand before him, with the bloody dagger that Belos ended his life with floating above him. Belos, of course, does the whole "do not mock me" thing, blames all of his actions on Caleb, and tries to push through as his body falls apart at the seams. Later on, we see that this extends beyond Caleb, as every single golden guard Belos has ever destroyed are now all haunting him in what looks like his final moments. Now, I just wrote this off in my breakdown as a hallucination and nothing more. But here's the thing, there's no solid confirmation of that, and the more I think about it, it really could go either way. The Demon Realm is a place full of boiling rain, living appendages, and portals that spawn throughout the land at random, capable of sending you anywhere through time. So ghosts aren't the most far-fetched thing imaginable. Now, as far as I can remember, I don't think we've ever had concrete evidence of ghosts in the Owl House, but there's a first time for everything.
I have more school spirit than the school spirits!
Why do I even bother?
So I just wanted to make a case for both scenarios because, again, I've been thinking about this scene a lot. It's really effective and drives home the kind of person Belos is. The kind of narcissistic a-hole he cemented himself as. Refusing to admit he can do any wrong, and a refusal to have any kind of perspective. It's his way or the highway. So why do I lean towards this being a hallucination? Well, Belos began to hallucinate towards the end of Thanks to Them, and that seems to be a result of his rapid deterioration, getting flattened like a pancake by the Collector, envy draining a bit of his magic. He can't hold himself together, physically or mentally. This, of course, leads to him referring to Hunter as Caleb, but also a little bit earlier in the episode, right before he mortally wounds Flapjack, he seems to refer to Luce as Evelyn. I've seen a lot of comments asking me, when did he call Luce Evelyn? And I believe it was this moment. Yes, he could have just been projecting onto Flapjack, as Flapjack seemed to be carved by Evelyn as a gift to Caleb. But keep in mind that in this moment, he was looking right at Luce, who was not only dressed up as a witch, but after growing her hair out a bit, her silhouette does have a striking resemblance to what we've seen of Evelyn. I don't know. I do think the idea of Belos calling out Evelyn knowing she's not there, but then immediately mistaking his nephew for his dead brother, it doesn't make as much sense as it does for him to mistake both Luce and Hunter for two of the people he resents the most. I wouldn't be surprised if through his eyes in that very moment, he really did see Evelyn, Caleb, and some random witches. So it does make sense that this hallucinatory state would keep up, as he's literally melting, struggling to find a new body, leading that repressed guilt to manifest into what he sees as ghosts. Sounds simple enough, right? But there is one thing in this episode that makes me think that all of these ghosts could be real, and that's the look on Caleb's face as Belos brushes past him. It's a look of sorrow, almost a little bit of regret, as if Caleb was really there thinking, man, I really failed him. I could have stopped him from going down this path. Which brings me to the argument of why these could be ghosts. Again, we're in the Demon Realm. It's not the most far-fetched idea, especially when you have the carcass of a giant titan showing loose different glyphs all across the aisles. There's clearly a level of supernatural intervention at play. Second, and this is the big one in my opinion, we know that Belos isn't just consuming the magic of Talisman. It's way more than just an essence. As directly stated and shown to us in Hollow Mind, Belos has been actively consuming, for hundreds of years, the souls of Talisman, which led to the creation of this disturbing monster form. the bane of magic. It kind of reminds me of the belief that kids can see ghosts because when they're younger, they have a much greater sense of awareness and can pick up on energies and events that most adults wouldn't notice. Whether or not you believe that to be true, we could kind of apply this concept to Belos. That the more talisman souls he's consumed, the stronger of a tie he has to a different plane of existence, a spiritual plane. One that causes him to be haunted by the past. And if this is the case, I think he saw Caleb and all the other Golden Guards in this moment because they're trying to stop him. They see that he doesn't have much time left, and they want him to go out with a little bit of dignity. They want him to stop causing this pain and suffering. Caleb and all these Golden Guards know that if Belos continues this path of destruction, then this cycle of hatred will just continue. It's a little heartbreaking to think about, but as always, these are just my thoughts and I want to hear yours. Do you think Belos is actually seeing ghosts, or nah, are you sticking with hallucinations? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, and keep the conversation going by giving us a follow at Roundtable Vids and at Fox on Instagram and Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. See ya!